Welcome to our webinar created by Jordan Klein, Gracie Brown, and Brenda Matthews. We will be discussing digital citizenship at a legal standpoint. Let's begin. There are many different aspects of digital citizenship, but the main ones we will focus on today are digital technology, copyright, fair use, and public domain and resources. So, what is digital citizenship? Digital citizenship is a concept which helps teachers, technology leaders, and parents to understand what students, children, technology users should know to use technology appropriately. Let's dig a little deeper into digital citizenship. In today's society, many children, adults, and technology leaders are misusing technology because they do not understand digital citizenship. It is our job to make sure we educate these students on how to use it appropriately. Some of these things include misuse of technology, such as using laptops, cell phones, tablets for reasons other than what they were designed for. Abuse of technology, not caring for these devices properly, such as throwing a laptop down, dropping your smartphone all the time, not having anything to protect the devices. Hacking servers is another issue. Many people are learning through YouTube videos how to hack into other servers in order to do something damaging to that server. Bullying online is a huge issue that in today's society which needs to be tackled. Sending hate emails, IMs, or text messages online is causing students to be depressed or worse. In one case, an Ohio teen committed suicide after a nude picture of her was sent around through email, according to a presentation by Richard Cordray. She isn't the only person to have committed suicide over bullying online. Illegal downloading of software, music, movies, games is another huge issue that needs to be taught to students. Finally, inappropriate websites that should not be viewed. Many of the appropriate websites, such as pornography sites, can cause viruses on these computers, which can cause a lot of damage to your device. The three examples of digital citizenship include digital literacy, digital etiquette, and copyright, fair use, and public domain. The definition of digital literacy is the ability to use digital technology and communication tools and/or networks to access, manage, integrate, evaluate, create, and communicate information in order to function in a knowledgeable society. By being digital literate, you should be able to take these 6 elements of digital literacy and apply them to society in a respectful way. We will click on the link and watch the video provided. Let's dig a little deeper into the 6 elements of digital literacy, which are access, manage, integrate, evaluate, create, and communicate. Access. Knowing how to collect and retrieve information in a digital environment. Manage, or in other words, to apply organizational scheme of accessed information for retrieval and to be able to apply it to future use. Integrate, interpret information from multiple sources. Evaluate, be able to judge the quality of information sources for a specific use. Create, generating information by adapting, applying, designing, inventing, or authoring information. Lastly, communicate. Communicate information persuasively to meet needs of various audiences. A few examples of digital literacy include blogs, wikis, Facebook, Twitter, MySpace, television, podcasts, Skyping. These are a few of the more popular uses of technology in today's society. I have provided a few links and lesson plan ideas to the presentation that will help you with digital literacy. Now let's take a look at digital etiquette. This is something I believe is very important for people to understand. Digital etiquette, or netiquette as it is sometimes called, is a basic set of rules you should follow in order to make the internet better for others and better for you according to the Digiteam.com website. In other words, treat others as you want to be treated. When emailing, IMing, or texting, pretend that that person is standing right in front of you. And if the message you are sending is inappropriate, you might want to reconsider sending it or revising it so it sounds better. Also, consider this. Would you want someone to say that to you or treat you in that manner? This is how you need to think when you are using digital devices. We will watch this video provided by BrainPop on digital etiquette.
Hey, watch where you're going. What did you call me? No, I'm not talking to you until you apologize. In there. That's better. To Tim and Moby. What's the deal with digital etiquette? From George. Digital etiquette, or netiquette, is a set of rules for how to behave online. Right, it's a lot like real-life etiquette, which is basically a code of conduct for having good manners and treating others with common courtesy and respect. It's just as important in our digital lives, including how we act in online games, or how we communicate in emails and instant messages, in chat rooms, and on message boards, blogs, and social networking sites. Whoa, how are you doing that? Unfortunately, some people can lose control the second they jump online. Well, like when they disagree with someone or have strong feelings about a topic, they end up saying stuff they'd never say in person. They may send rude emails and IMs or try to start arguments on message boards. That's called flaming, and it can lead to full-on flame wars, insulting arguments between 2 or more users. Believe it or not, some people actually cruise around the internet looking to start flame wars. We call these troublemakers trolls. Kind of fitting, huh? Well, I don't think they necessarily become meaner people. Maybe they just forget the rules. On the internet, it's pretty easy to stay anonymous or unidentified. Having a secret identity to hide behind can make people pretty brave. And when all they see of you is a screen name or a funny icon, they might forget they're dealing with a real human being. Hey, would you stop being such a bully? Well, it's simple. Just like in real life, you should treat other people the way you want to be treated. You wouldn't want somebody to be rude to you, so don't be rude to anyone else. Of course, netiquette isn't just about being nice. It's also about communicating clearly. That means keeping emails and IMs clear and to the point. It also means making your messages easy to read and understand, which can depend on your audience. For instance, some abbreviations and emoticons may be fine with friends, but they're generally not appropriate in formal communication. And whatever you do, don't write in all capital letters. Yeah, on the internet, writing in all caps makes you seem like you're yelling. Also, keep in mind that humor isn't always obvious in writing. Without seeing facial expressions or hearing someone's voice, it can be hard to tell the difference between a friendly joke and real cruelty. One way to help make sure you're communicating clearly is to reread what you write before you send it. Check your tone, grammar, and spelling to make sure you really mean to say what you've written. Once your message is out, it's out. Lastly, make sure you ask permission before posting anything about your friends on a blog or social networking site. People's personal information is private, and you can really ruin relationships if you post something that a friend or a friend's parents don't want on the web. And keep in mind that the internet is not a private place. If you wouldn't want a parent, teacher, college admissions director, or future employer to see something you post, don't post it. Permission not granted. Hey, you do realize that millions of people are watching us, right?
When emailing, IMing, blogging, creating wikis, etc., you need to be very cautious. Make sure your message is not coming off in a tone that you are not meaning it to. Since the person is not in front of you, they cannot see your mood, tone of voice, or actions. Also, when using work email, be sure and keep it professional. Use a personal email to send to friends, wives, etc. Plagiarism. Never take what's not your own work. You do not want to be caught in the middle of plagiarizing someone's work. You always need to consider your language on the web. Always spell check after you type something up. Make sure it is appropriate to be sending or saying on the web as well. Do not use inappropriate language when posting things. Most importantly, be respectful and kind when using the web. Think of others' feelings whenever you are sending a message. Do not use all caps when sending a message. It makes it seem like you are yelling at the reader. Don't insult someone's race, nationality, or beliefs on the web. Remember that the reader cannot see your emotions or body language when you use the web, so always double check what you are saying before you hit the send button. Here are some helpful links on digital etiquette. It is very important to understand the difference between copyright, fair use, and public domain. Let's take a look. Copyright, according to the Merriam-Webster Dictionary, is the exclusive legal right to reproduce, publish, sell, or distribute the matter and form of something as a literary, musical, or artistic work. So what does that mean? Copyright provides protection to the original creator of one's work and gives them the legal right to sell, publish, or distribute the work they created. In order to get something copyrighted, you must fill out documents with the United States Copyright Office. Fair use, according to the Merriam-Webster Dictionary, is a legal doctrine that portions of copyrighted material may be used without permission of the copyright owner, provided the use is fair and reasonable, does not substantially impair the value of the materials, and does not curtail the profits reasonable to the expected by the owner. In other words, fair use allows you to use portions of a copyrighted material. Later we will look at some of the rules of fair use. Here are some of the rights of the copyright owner. They include reproduce the work in copies or phono records. Phono records are things like cassette tapes, CDs, or albums. Prepare derivative work based upon the work. Distribute copies or phono records of the work to the public by sale or the transfer of ownership, or by rental, lease, or lending. Perform or display the work publicly. So the copyright owner is able to do whatever they want with their copyrighted material. It is very important to get permission to use copyrighted work. It is illegal to violate any of the rights provided by the copyright law to the copyright owner. Depending on the date the work is copyrighted determines how long it stays copyrighted. For example, if works originally created on or after January 1st, 1978, it is protected through the author's life, plus an additional 70 years after the author's death. Check out copyright.gov for more information. Here are some rules for fair use and when you can use them. Criticism and comment. Quoting a review for purpose of illustration or comment. News reporting. Summarizing an address or article with brief quotations in a news report. Research and scholarships. Quoting a short passage in a scholarly, scientific, or technical work. Non-profit or educational use. Photocopying of limited portions of written works by teachers or classroom use. You need to always be sure and give the author credit after using pieces of their work. Finally, we have public domain. The public domain is generally defined as consisting of works that are either ineligible for copyright protection or with expired copyrights. Public domain refers to the total absence of copyright protection for work. The public domain is a range of abstract materials commonly referred to as intellectual property, which are not owned or controlled by anyone. The term indicates that these materials are therefore public property and available for anyone to use for any purpose. So in short, anything that is not copyrighted is free to use. But if it is copyrighted, you must request permission before using it unless it falls under the fair rules. I've provided a few helpful links with lesson plans and more information about copyright, fair use, and public domain. The next 3 slides are the cited sources used in helping create this webinar. We want to thank you for viewing the hope that you learned all about being a digital citizen. Please continue to view our website to continue learning about digital citizenship. When you have finished viewing the website, take a short quiz that has questions about what you just learned. Again, thank you.